So in this video, let's go to the data model view and then create our connections. Oh, okay. So Power BI has already created the connections for us. Let's arrange them well. In actuality, whenever you are creating a file for Power BI, in Power BI, you make sure that you don't automatically create these connections because you might not want the way the connections are created. But for this sake, that is why I maintain it. You can go to the file and then go to the options and settings, options. Let's wait a while. So let's come to, I think, let's go to data load. So you see over here, auto detect new relationship after data is what loaded. You 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 wouldn't want to enable this because I enabled it. That is why it automatically did that. So for the sake of this video, I've enabled it so that it can create the connection easy for us. But there is a way of creating the connection I will show you in this video. So let's arrange them. I created the fact tables were to the fact table for return, and then the fact table for the transaction is also here. Now, it's the best or it's recommended that all the fact tables should be below so that the data will have a top-down data flow. So let me bring all the fact tables below and then create a dimension, put all the dimension table above. Okay, good. And let's put territory. See that the territory. So I'm going to use that of the territory and then the calendar to create our. When you rely on that, you see that it couldn't create any connection. Calendar and that of the territory couldn't create any connection between them. That is why it's not advisable to use the the that auto connection I showed you. So using that, I'm going to create the real connection for us to see how it will connect to other. It will be based on the product key. We are going to use the product key. We will base everything on the product key. Let's bring the calendar here and then product subcategory here. This one here. Okay. So arranging this will take time, a little time. So we are almost done. So you can see that of the product category and then subcategory has connected. So it has what we call the star table. The arrangement has been like a star table and that of the snow schema, because this is indicating a snow schema, and then whatever we have here, this down part is what we have as our star table. Let's move them up so that we can view them nicely. Okay, sorry. Okay, so over here, let's create this connection. Let's select this and then come to properties, and then making sure that the key column, that is where we use it to connect. You can see we have sales territory key. Let's make that key visible, or let's make it the actual key as our ID to connect to other tables. So the moment we do that, you can see an icon appeared here. Now, when we go to the transaction table, let's check if we have territory key. You can see that it is here. So one way of connecting this is right click, clicking on this and then dragging it. Let me do it again. Clicking on this and then dragging it onto the territory key. It creates a relationship between them. Now, if they are not the same, the data type is not the same, it won't connect. Okay, let's check the return. That one too has what? Territory key here. We can still connect to that. So we've made two connections from the territory to the R, the F return dimension, the fact table. So these two connections, let's make this one the active one. So you can see that the two lines, one is thicker than the other. This one is active, this one is not active for now. Now, aside that, let's look at the calendar table too. For the calendar table, we have date here. Let's see if we have date in this. Okay, we have stock date, and we also have, um, let's see if we can have any other, apart from the stock date, we don't have any other date. There was an order date. Okay, so we needed to include one date to it, but then let's move it to that. Good. It will create a connection there. And then let's move this one to return date. So we can have two dates here, order date and then stock what date. Now this order date and stock date, we can make one active, and then the other one will let it not be active, so that the active one will be order date. But since we only have stock date, let's maintain it. So that is how we create the dimension, we create the connection. For the product, we have, let's see, product key here. We also have product key there. So as I click on and then drag it here, it creates a connection. Okay, there is already a relationship between these two tables. Fine. Okay, then let's do one to this if it will also, okay, we have product key there. Okay, that one too has relationship between the two. So that is how the our relationship model will be. Now, there is, just as I did this icon, let's do the same thing to all of them, and then locate the key column. In this case, the key column becomes the customer key. That of the calendar column 2 is date. The product, that is product key. The product subcategory, that one will be product subcategory key. And then the product category, that one will be product category key. So this is how we do the connections to in our data model view, so that each table relates to another, and we can do our reports, we can build our reports from this table. Thank you very much for this video.